time doesn't give a and other people don't give. Art works as a business, entertainment is an industry, and decisions are driven by money. I'm not going to wait for me to fit somebody else's mold or somebody else's project.
Hey, what's up, you guys? And welcome back to another episode of Pardon My Success. I am here today with Jenn and Greg Crafts from the StageCrafts at the Hobgoblin Playhouse. I met Jenn and Greg because I was lucky enough to be in a performance of Macbeth here with your guys' Spooky Fest. Was that?
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you individually get started in storytelling?
Probably being obsessed with the musical Annie in 1980.
Yeah.
It was when VCRs were so expensive, my parents couldn't afford one.
VCRs were once $900
In the early 80s, but you could rent a VCR. It wasn't even Blockbuster yet. So my parents would rent me a VCR on the weekends so that I could watch the musical Annie over and over and over.
Just Annie?
I was obsessed with
I
Annie.
love that.
I was like 5 and I had a realization after my 100th whatever watching
Of course.
of Annie. And I ran out to my mom and I was like, wait, Annie? I don't think that's really her name. That's a little girl pretending to be Annie like I do all the time.
Oh my God.
And she was like, she's an actor, so she's pretending.
They're all pretending.
And she was like, and show you other movies that they're in. And I was like, is that their job?
Wow.
And I basically did community theater all the way up through elementary, middle school, high school. Majored in theater in college.
Oh, yeah.
Right out of college, I literally answered an ad in the newspaper because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. And it was just an ASMing job. And I had no idea how big the theater was. I was like, I don't know. I can ASM, I guess. And I pulled up to Stage's Theater Company, which was a giant performing arts center. It was a fashionable children's theater. They did 10 shows a week, 8-week runs. It was intense.
Hello?
725 seat theater. That was their main stage. They had a 250 seat small stage. Here we are in our 40 seat venue.
That's insane.
I was very lucky. I ended up getting that job and then basically told the production manager who hired me, hi, I'll do anything. Can I just stay here?
Please let me stay here.
So then she got me an interview in the office. I ended up doing group sales, public relations, things like that. And then I bothered the artistic director for 2 years until he let me act.
Dedication to the craft, everyone.
Yeah.
The crafts.
Right. So I was probably really obnoxious. I was like 22 and I was like, I'm an actor. Did you know I'm an actor?
You never. That's literally the only way to actually get people to take you seriously. I swear to God.
Yeah.
You have to be so annoying in this industry. You have to have so much audacity until people are like, fine, I suppose.
And he's lovely, but he was also a kind of angry little Italian man who I was sort of afraid of. And then one day he was walking past my office completely randomly, like I'm just like working on something. He just goes, hey, can you sing? I was like, yes, I can sing. Anything you want. Yes.
The sun will come
What
out
they do.
tomorrow.
And he was like, I think I want you to be in our holiday show this year. And I was like, so then after that, I was in a bunch of their productions, which was great. But it was crazy because I also had my full-time job in the office. So we had a 10 a.m. and a 12:30 performance.
Oh my God.
Weekdays. So you'd get there at 8 in the morning. It was in Minneapolis.
Where'd you go?
It was St. Olaf College.
Oh my gosh. I visited that. Beautiful.
What? Really?
Yeah.
No one out here knows it.
It's a beautiful college. They're
It's so beautiful.
It's stunning.
Everyone just thinks of the Golden Girls.
No.
Yes, so that's where I went. I had whole stints during the winter that I literally didn't see the sun because I would get there before the sun came up and I would leave after it left.
Sleep there.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Sleeping bag in the back.
And my roommate and I, we had been roommates senior year of college. We had always joked at some point we're going to move to California because it was so damn cold.
Really?
And I just said to her, well, you want to move to California? And she just goes, sure. That is a ride or die. Right?
Yeah, let's go.
And that was January. We moved in July.
Wow.
We had no plan.
And then, so then you've been out here ever since, basically? Wow. Commitment. What about you? How did you begin in this crazy thing we call storytelling?
I always liked it as a kid and just decided that that was going to be what I wanted to do. I made it my whole identity. I was manifesting. I'm going to do this. I did school plays. I did community theater. I went to Emerson College to Paul.
Hey!
I got my BA in theater studies. I studied acting and lighting design. Funny thing was I never actually technically finished my lighting design track because I called my advisor up one day. He was like, you got to finish drafting too. And I'm like, I can't draw a straight line to save my life.
Drafting is the worst.
And I was just like, look, I'll be real with you. I'm not going to use this. He's like, take an extra acting class. We'll call it Square.
Nice.
I'm like, great. And so I did that. I did a semester out here in LA when I was in school. And
At the Emerson?
fell in love with the weather and the whole scene and everything.
Perfect.
So I went back. I did one last Boston winter and I did Thunderstock. And I hopped on the first plane out here. Little footnote. My sophomore year, I was taking world drama, and the professor for that was also the playwriting professor. I was undiagnosed ADHD and attentive until I was 39. All right. So I was a space cadet and I was not focused and I was not a great writer. But I went up to the professor at one point after class and I was like, I would love to take one of your playwriting classes. And he looked me right in the eye and went, no.
That is a terrible professor.
How dare
Yeah.
you?
No, I know.
You should not be teaching.
He just looked right at me and scoffed. It was just like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. So
Murder.
I moved out here. I took 6 months. I got my life established. I got a job. I got a car. I got a bank account. I got an apartment. Got a roommate. I got the life together before I started auditioning. And then I put more on the floor and just started going for it. It was lonely as hell when I first moved here. So I joined a theater company and an improv troupe and building a community. And in that theater company, I joined the Writers Lab because I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it.
He's going to write.
And
Let him write.
And I wrote a children's play that later actually was part of the reason why we met. But that went on to become a musical and get published.
Oh my God. What's it called?
It's called Super Sidekick the Musical.
It's adorable.
It's adorable. And then my second play, Friends Like These, which was a very sharp departure from that high school drama about the anatomy of school shooting. I wrote this in 2006 when there was a whole rash of shootings going on regularly and was like, why? And so I wrote that, and that also went off and got published. And now I can't help but think back to that professor going like, hey.
And where is he now? That's what I would like to know.
Honestly, no idea, but I wish him well. And
I don't.
the other thing is that in the theater company, one of the first things that they were like was that, man, we need more designers. And I was like, well, I know how to do lights. And then suddenly being a professional lighting designer, I've gotten award nominations and stuff like that.
Okay.
In addition to acting, in addition to that, all the other stuff that I do, I make more money as a lighting designer than I've ever done as an actor in this town. So
Go on.
yeah, you know. So I still have the skills. I think
Didn't need
I
to
think
draft
I've
at all.
forgotten more.
No
Yeah.
one needed you to draft.
Not
Drafting was
anymore.
not necessary.
It's all computer now.
Exactly.
All this, he did all of it, built all of it.
Everyone, moment.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just. Okay, and we're back.
LED lighting.
And we have returned.
It's pretty awesome having LED lights because you don't have to have 4 different lights in the same position with 4 different gels on them. It's just so much more efficient. And I was always really good with computers as a kid. And the minute that it got to be more like programming a computer rather than like this arcane design, we broke off of that theater company that we both met in, and we co-founded Theater Unleashed.
Wait, go back.
Complete the origin story of
How we got to here. How did you guys officially meet?
Teeny. I'm a very late bloomer. So I was 28. I had never touched the hand of a boy, right? That's why you hear a lot in LA of, it's so lonely here. You just have to find your groove. But I just didn't know how to do that. Luckily, I had my best friend moved out with me. Yes. And she's still my best friend. Like,
Oh my
we're
God.
best friend.
Wait, that's so cute. Oh, you still out here?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like 2 blocks from us.
Oh my God. Wait, that makes my heart so happy.
Oh, yeah. We lived together for 11 years.
Oh my gosh.
And there were many years that she and I were like,
That's why I say
if we just liked women. But anyways, I got sort of an education background. So I started doing one-on-one tutoring for quite some time. And one of the other tutors there at the tutoring center I worked at, she was like, hey, I'm in this theater company and we're having auditions. You should come and audition. And I was like, I literally haven't acted for 2 years. I don't know if I can do that. And she's like, no, you should do it. Just a general audition. It's just a monologue. It's super easy. Come on. I sat outside and I think I parked and then turned my car off and kept turning it back on until we forget it. And I was like, no, go, suck it up, Jen. Go, be brave. And then I walked in and it was a theater like this where it was like 2 seats. And I was like, oh, because I just hadn't been in these small theaters in LA. And I was so used to this freaking huge performing arts center that I worked at. And I was like,
scary.
and then I ended up getting in now, although knowing how that company worked now, I don't know if that was like big accomplishment. Like, most people got in.
How did this theater company work? How many shows did they do?
I mean, they had a full season, and it was a dues-paying theater company. So way back in the day, it was a very different time. Everybody put in a little bit to help put the shows up, pay the rental space. And
Pretty standard practice for
Like
the
the
actors.
actors?
Oh, it was $40 a month or something to be a member of this theater company. That was very standard practice.
And you audition again, and then you.
Yeah.
So it sounds a lot like my college dance team.
After running a theater company, we get it. Like, it was a magical
We
time.
met.
Though. I went to this meeting, and he stood up at the meeting and said that he just finished his first draft of this children's show that he is writing, and he wanted to get together a bunch of people to do a reading of it. And like literally the first time in my life, I was like, I want a reason to talk to that boy. And I was like, I have background in children's theater. I'll do it. And so he was like, okay, there was a Lord of the Rings moment, like standing in the lobby with a bunch of other people.
It was a show night, and I gave the cash box one of the other members and being like, keep it secret, keep it safe. And I'm a dork, so I was like, I get the Gandalf joke, right? And so I come busting in after the show, making a whole big scene of it, going, is it secret? Is it safe? And this poor girl didn't get the references at all. She's just like, what? This whole room stops. Everybody's looking at me like I'm a moron.
Each of the extended versions over 12 times in the theater.
Literally a match made in heaven.
So Jen turns around and goes, Gandalf, duh. And I, without even looking, I spun around and pointed at her. I was like, marry me. And I was like, oh, hi. I said it. And then I saw who I said it to. And I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And yeah, I had that. And then you did the reading. And then you emailed me afterwards being like, hey, that should be a musical. And I was like,
yeah. It was literally a reason to email them back.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't realize that she wasn't being serious.
You were like, it should be a musical. You're right.
So, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. It's great. And so a couple of months later,
I was stage managing it.
Closing night with a date. And we went.
Disrespect.
I know.
You were getting married. You already said.
Apparently, she didn't say yes.
Oh.
In my defense, she hadn't said yes. Yeah. At the end of the night, she was like, well, I got to be up early for work. And I was like, I should stick around, help clean up and strike the show. And she's like, cool, I'll see you around. And he left. And I go back in and I start helping clean up the show and taking the set down stuff. And at one point, the artistic director's like, hey, Jen, can you use some help downstairs in the dressing room?
Yeah, she could.
Like, so we go downstairs and we're looking around for all the trash and stuff and like running to each other in the
folding trash.
Yeah. We have this moment where we're both in the dressing room together. It's just two of us. And we kind of turn, we lock eyes, and next thing you know, we kiss. We had this moment of like, okay.
But he didn't know it was my first kiss.
I'm actually freaking out right now. I'm like tearing up.
And then that night we went to Denny's on Gower.
Oh my God.
It was about 10:30, and then we were there till 6:30 in the morning.
Gosh. Yeah.
We were eating fries and having soda all night and just chatting. And
Like, I was just like, hey, just so you know, that was my first kiss. I got nothing.
I definitely enjoyed my college experience. I was definitely studying student bodies. And I think by the end of the night, it just kind of felt natural. A couple of weeks, I was like, I'm exclusively seeing you. With that company, we started our own. Oh, we actually had to plan our company's second season around our wedding because most of the staff was in it.
Oh my God.
So we ran that we're doing full seasons up through 2019.
Oh my gosh.
That we got started running theaters is that we rented a space called Studio Stage for years. And the guy who owned it, he came to me one day like, hey, so I really like how you take care of the space. When I retire, I want to sell it to you. And I was like, bullshit, Bill, you're not going to retire. This place is a license to print money.
Side note, super sidekick though.
Oh yeah, I'll
super
let you know
sidekick.
that. Yeah.
At one point, he was like, hey, I've got to go to a meeting. And I was like, oh, where are you going? And he said, oh, I'm meeting a composer that I met on Craigslist because I never forgot what you said about Super Sidekick. And then it should be a musical. And I was like, oh, he met a great composer.
After I met with the first guy, I canceled the other three immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the dude.
He's coming to Thanksgiving this year. He's a good friend now.
Oh my God. I love it. Everyone's at Thanksgiving.
They created this adorable musical. It's awesome. The music is online.
That will be linked down
below.
So pop.
Just make it even cuter. Oh my, we're going to freak out.
I'm not ready.
My background is children's theater, so the first production of it, I directed, and it opened, wait for it, on our first wedding anniversary. It was gross.
My whole heart.
No, we didn't even plan that. So I'm going to do it again. It's so good.
Yes, please.
I'm
ready to be in it.
There's Ninja Koala in it.
I'm ready to be a ninja koala. I've never felt more called to a role, I feel like, in my life. So did Bill come back to us?
Middle of the summer, 2015, feeling like at my lowest. And he was like, hey, this is that phone call. I'm like, what phone call, Bill? And he's like, I want to sell you my theater. Let's get dinner. Let's talk. And he sits down and he's like, so I want Theater Unleashed to buy my theater. And immediately I was like, well, we're because Theater Unleashed never had any money. I walked out of the meeting like, thank you for the offer. We're going to decline.
Yeah.
And we're driving home. Jen's, like crazy idea.
I was like, well, what if we just take it? Because Theater Unleashed is a nonprofit theater company. We had trouble getting people there to even just build a set.
Yeah.
We're not going to run a whole business. What if we make it our
thing?
business?
Yeah.
And then we just put all of our energy into that. We didn't know anything about venue managing.
No, we knew nothing.
We know how to do theater.
We knew nothing, but we knew how to do theater. And it was a Fringe venue, and we knew Fringe. So we called them back up, and we're like, well, Theater Unleashed isn't going to buy it, but we will. He was like, okay. It was about a year and a half later, January 1st, 2017, we got the keys, signed the lease. We paid $50,000. We got the bone, just did it. He changed our lives completely.
Yeah.
Bill, if you ever see this, just want to say thank you because you changed our lives and made them so much better, and we're grateful for you. So thank you so much.
King Bill.
3 weeks before the end of the year, I got hit head on in the middle of the night as I'm driving home after driving Uber all night. Walked away from the accident, but I lost my job and my car in one split second. it could have been so much worse.
Total buy a stolen car.
Yeah.
And so no insurance, I'm guessing, because stolen car.
And we didn't have money for a new car. And Jenn rallied all of our friends quietly behind the scenes to crowdsource me a car for Christmas.
Producing It's a Wonderful Life at that moment.
Oh my God.
And your friends who was in the show was like, wait, could we George Billy him?
Oh my God.
What?
The community all contributed.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's literally heart melting.
Yeah, it was amazing. And literally going to like people from Facebook Marketplace, shady places in LA. And I was like, I need a dad with me. My dad lives in Massachusetts. And so my friend Courtney, she was like, my dad will go with you. And I was like, yes. So wonderful. Mark Bell drove all around LA to all the shady places with me. Probably looked at maybe 12, 15 cars. We only had about 4,000. I wanted it for Christmas. So we had done this in 19 days.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. And there were so many
And then
times
we keep it completely secret.
you didn't know where I was.
Where
Like,
are you?
Don't speak to me.
I was like, the Christmas shopping. I trust you.
He's been Christmas shopping for days.
Yeah, I sneakily parked in his spot in our garage and got him down there on Christmas morning.
Yeah.
It was great.
The weekend of lockdown, we had a show that was going into previews, had their first preview, and they said that nobody showed up. They were like, we think we're going to postpone our run. And we're like, okay, whatever, not a problem. And then the next day was lockdown. We lost $40,000 in contracts in one day.
Yeah.
And then we were closed by the city. We were like, what do we do? Because our entire living is
Gone.
running out of space.
And he was so positive and so optimistic. He was like, honey, it's going to be okay. Like,
It's only 2 weeks.
I am sitting on the couch. And I was like, it's going to be 2 years. I'm
Yes.
applying for jobs.
And you know what? You weren't wrong to do that at the time.
I admit when I was wrong.
But we've learned
Yeah.
here today. Jen is always right.
Yeah.
Jen is always right.
That's when the monster pictures started happening.
Oh my God. I didn't know that were you. I thought that was just for the vibe of the
No,
Hobgoblin.
that's me.
That's incredible.
One of my active traits is I see something crafty online and I was like, I could totally do that. We needed a name for a pop-up theater venue. So we talked about Puck because Puck from Midsummer,
Yes.
he is called Hobgoblin at one point, little mischievous fairy that pops up, makes some mischief and disappears. And we thought that was really appropriate. But people love the name. Like literally, and people booked that year because they were like, oh my God, I just love the name. It's really fun.
It's so cute.
And then we did have that one lady 2 years ago who was like, I'm going to book this space, but I'm so sorry about the name. Like, who came up with that? And I was like, my wife.
So that wasn't me.
That was my wife. She was like, well, I'm booking your space in spite of it. So
Oh, okay.
Jenn started looking around at places again, and she was
And I kept talking
One
about
anonymous.
this space because I was like, I know that space is still there. So I called them back up and I was like, hey, I want to come see this space again. So I came in here. It was rough. Right where we're sitting actually was a giant open hole.
Oh,
Giant hole in the stage.
well, I'm glad there's no
It
hole
was-
anymore.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
terrible. The hole
Well.
you can see above the booth where
Oh.
the different
Oh,
giant hole there.
oh,
It had no air conditioning, no electricity.
oh.
I
there
literally
was, you booked it with no power in the room.
I saw this space with my phone flashlight. Like, I
okay.
was like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever.
You saw the potential.
Stupid. And the door was open. The sun was coming in.
I had to cut these in and put them in.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. How long did
Um,
it take to renovate everything?
We're still technically going.
These are wings that come out.
I love these. I did
So-
fall backwards into one,
Oh,
thinking it
no.
was a real wall.
Yeah, yeah, for that.
I've done
my
the
bad.
same mistake.
Did you paint the green?
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
exciting.
Wait, oh my God. No, that is Hobgoblin.
Yeah,
That's Hobgoblin.
Do you ever look at commercial leases? You got to read every single word of a commercial lease
Yep.
and have a lawyer look at it.
Yep.
Because one of the things that it said for this lease, which is pretty standard, was just, you take it as is.
We were like, no.
Here are the following things that I need to not
Yeah.
take as is, which is the hole in the floor,
Fair.
the hole in the ceiling.
Fair.
I need
The
the
AC.
electricity to work.
Yep.
I need the AC to work. I'm
Yes.
nuts about AC. And I need the plumbing to work.
Yeah.
All totally fair requests.
I want to give
Great.
big props to the landlords here. You guys have been really great to us and been incredibly supportive, and we're super grateful for you.
How long did it take to actually get it running?
So exciting.
We were like, well, we
So-
got to have this place operating by August 1st.
Thing.
We opened October 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also were producing a show that Greg wrote and starred in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Hello?
We did it in Hollywood.
In Scotland.
In Scotland,
Yes.
yeah.
So that was in August as well. We were bringing 6 people there.
Wait,
The goal was to have everything up and running and then go to Scotland.
and then how long were you
Yeah.
in Scotland?
And
10
Days.
days. We had just finished Hollywood Fringe in July.
We were like, you got to get the AC fixed. And in the meantime, we had taken 6 shows from Hollywood Fringe. We were like, well, we're going to do them down at the Electric Lodge in Venice. So we did that a 1 weekend run there.
That was our Fringe award. We did re-rehearse this show that we were taking to Scotland. We had a new cast member in it. It's also a choose your own adventure. So there's
Hello?
how many pages is it? It's like
That's 105 pages.
105 pages, about 50 each
Oh my
night, depending
God.
on what the audience
Oh my
chooses.
God.
So we had to do rehearsals, and we had said okay, well, we'll just rehearse here. Well, it was too hot, and all the seats were on the stage.
This place was not functional.
How many festivals are you doing in a year?
We do 5 of our own, and then we do the Hollywood Fringe. So that's 6.
So you do 6 festivals.
So we do one every
other month.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And how many shows are in each festival?
It's an average of 7 so far. And then we also just started doing a short festival as part of it. We're getting much more aggressive about providing low barrier for entry opportunities for artists to come in and be a part of something bigger and have an infrastructure and have a support system to put up their stuff.
How was Scotland?
Daddy of all fringes. It's been around since 1947. It is the biggest festival.
Do all the fringes, were they all birthed from the original fringe?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
People have taken the model and then
Okay.
It's not like Edinburgh runs all the rest of them.
Okay.
People have taken the Edinburgh model.
And they're like, let's go to our own city.
Right. But for scale, Hollywood Fringe is one of the biggest in the U.S. We flip every year with Orlando. Last year at Hollywood Fringe, there was 423 productions.
That's crazy.
In Edinburgh, there's 4,000.
The city of Edinburgh goes from 500,000 people to over 3 million for the month of August every year.
The biggest thing that you've learned over this whole process, what do you think it would be?
Don't wait for someone else to do it for you. Like a lot of writers that'll be like, I have this play. I'm waiting for a producer to read it and say it's amazing and give me a lot of money. That will not happen. It will not happen. You have to do it yourself.
Statistically speaking, it's not going to happen for you.
No. Yeah. And even when you do get to the point where people are paying attention to it, funding it and whatever, it's because it's already gone up. So do it yourself.
Yeah.
You have to make your own opportunities.
Yeah. What about you?
It's kind of on the same vibes, but be the change you want to see.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
I know that's like a known thing, but I wanted to see more low barrier for entry opportunities for artists, you know, like, because we're not just putting these up. I'm putting up a show at each of our festivals, at least one.
And that's such a beautiful opportunity.
I want to take the opportunity to put up my own stuff or, you know, like find works that I'm interested in, put them up. It gives us the opportunity to be artists as well, you know?
And Jenn should be acting in them.
I agree. Be the force to change because, you know, you can keep waiting for everybody else, but ultimately you could just die waiting, you know? Like, I mean, like time doesn't give it and other people don't give Art works as a business, entertainment is an industry, and decisions are driven by money. I'm not going to wait for me to fit somebody else's mold or somebody else's project. I'm taking my play 3 and keep a secret. We're shooting it as a feature in January. I'm writing to put up at my own festivals, in my own spaces, because that's what I want to do. So I'm not waiting for permission and I'm not waiting for other people's opportunities. I still audition. I still submit my places. I'm not desperately waiting for outside validation. I'm not waiting for someone else to come in and be like, hi, I want to do your When that happens, it's great. You know, like when I get a license notification that someone's doing Super Sidekick or friends like these, I'm like, amazing. You know, that's fantastic. But I'm not living or dying by that. I'm a successful artist without all that because I'm doing it myself and I'm on my own hustle and I have built this thing and I'm making incredible money doing lights, you know, which I never thought I was going to do.
We are living in LA.
And that is what I'm saying. Part of my success is all about defining what success is for you and being able to do that, being creative, doing what you want to do. And I feel like so many people in entertainment and in the world are like waiting to be discovered. Are like,
don't wait.
And don't wait.
The starving artist myth, the most toxic myth that ruins artists out there. Get stability.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having a job that makes you money.
Yes.
So you can actually have the stability and you can go to an audition fed and you can afford a decent phone that you could shoot your auditions on. There's nothing wrong with having a damn job, guys. There's enough suffering in this world, and you're going to suffer enough just doing it that you don't need to increase your burden by choosing the hard path. It's hard enough. You don't have to make it harder by being like, no, I have to make it my mission to suffer, because then you have to suffer for your art, and you have to be a starving artist. No, you don't have to starve.
Yeah.
You know, you don't. Like, I'm decently well-fed, guys.
Hell yeah.
And we have taken the time to analyze and build a life where we get to be artists and be the hub of the community and not just be artists ourselves, but help enable others to be artists. And that's pretty dope. And I think actually, you know what? I think my biggest thing is that I can genuinely say that I am happy in my life. And there was times when I was working for other people or struggling for that outside validation of, oh my God, I'll be so much happier if I book this thing. Never booked it. You know, if I'll be so much happier if this happens or when this happens. And it's like, that, be your own happiness. I came out here to do TV and film. I've been out here 20 years. I've never booked a co-star, but I have this incredible business, this incredible playground, this incredible life. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm living a creative life. I'm living a fulfilled life, and I'm still putting myself out there to do all this other, but I don't need to book somebody else's independent film to validate myself as an artist or to base my happiness on.
But also go ahead and cast him if you want.
But also, he's very available.
Also, I'm
He's free. He's so free.
Yeah.
But also, you guys are putting on so many opportunities for artists too, and like that's so
And
amazing.
that's actually one of the things I actually really love to do. Like that's a passion that I think that we've sort of found, especially through Fringe. I love talking with new producers, new creators.
You're
What can I tell
empowering
you?
people.
And
You're
I
showing
love
people.
that.
You're teaching people.
Yeah, it's the best.
That's
I love doing
amazing.
that.
Oh.
And it's a business. Like, yes,
It's a
we have
business.
to
There's
charge
a lot
money
of-
so that we can keep the
Yes.
lights on.
There's the-
Everything's a business.
It's not, and it's not perfect. There's a lot of crap we don't like dealing with, you know,
Yeah.
that comes with it, you know, but even when I'm taking out the trash at the end of the night, I'm like, this is mine.
It's your trash. That's your trash. So go out there and make your own trash because one day, you never know, you might end up with the most beautiful diamond of all. Thank you guys so much. I'm excited to take a little tour of the building. Let's do it. Ah! Yahoo. Hobgoblin. They're so perfect.
This I found on the side of the road.
Oh my God.
I'm doing a couple holiday boutiques coming up where I'm going to sell some of them. People started buying them off the wall.
As they should. This little bathroom monster is so cute. I love this wall.
I found this on a flat backstage in the old Hobgoblin.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is for Die Hard.
This is Al the Snowman.
I love him.
This is in the show that we are producing. It's a ridiculous parody of Die Hard.
When is that happening?
That opens December 13th.
Very exciting.
But this is Al the Snow Cop. Yeah. Here's the space. All the seats here were actually in the old Hobgoblin. They were going to knock down that building. So we were like, we are saving these.
These are our seats now.
We pulled these out of here.
I was checking something up here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Greg in the booth. We just hacked through this wall. So this was here when we got here. It's very intense construction back here. We're going to make elevator doors that open and close. Made it a little fancy up there. Going up. Yeah. There was no ladder. We put the ladder up there. They just pulled it out, but yeah, that's Greg's little tree house. It's still a work in progress, but we'll get here. The floor, and took a look at the floor. Come see a show. We do free popcorn. Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for having us.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Check out everything down below. Both because it's off. Go get your tickets today. See you Christmas Carol. I'll be project next.
Yay! Bye.
God bless us, everyone.
Are you PMSing?